Welcome to Wine Chats with Bildo and Lindelin. My name is Billy Milovanovic, aka Bildo.
And my name's Lindsay Kirkwood, also known as Lindelin.
And this is an offensively funny podcast about drinking wine and chatting life. Hope you enjoy.
Hi, Bill. Are we ready?
Hi, Lenny.
We have lots of fun.
We are so ready.
You're not. Your mic. Jesus.
I'm here. Hi.
We're talking about types of sexuality today.
Yes.
This is the start of our sexuality.
It's a new month.
Gender month type fun shenanigans.
Wow, Lindsay. I would say sexuality and gender is the month we are in.
Yeah.
So happy April.
Isn't that what I just said?
No, I said it better. Okay. So happy April, everyone. Welcome to Sexuality and Gender Month. Where we will explore all things sexuality and gender. Just like she said. God, haven't you guys been paying attention?
That wasted about 35 seconds of our lives.
Sorry. Hi.
But we thought we should start, actually, I thought we should start out by talking about the different types of it, because I know it sounds really basic, but if you're two straighty 180 chicks like us, like that's a whole world that I don't know about. Like I feel ignorant towards it, not on purpose. Because I don't know all the different types of sexualities.
Yes, so I think it's a solid start to just open the month up so we can obviously then all know what we're talking about. The thing I found interesting, because I do research now, you guys, the thing I found interesting was that even though we think we're straighty 180, with all these labels that are flying around, I just think that we're going to fit into one of these categories as well.
Yeah, it's a straighty 180 one.
Yeah.
Straight white chick.
Let's see.
Okay. So we are relying on Google for pretty much all of this.
Everything.
Because
our lives.
Yeah. We'll have our fun little, comments. But yeah, because we don't know.
And in the second part, stick around, because I did have more. I wanted to know why there are so many labels.
Well, wait, I'm going to say.
So you do you.
Yeah, and then tell the people what they can expect.
Okay.
The excitement. Ooh, wine bottle, please.
I know, it's bumping around and it's freaking me out.
We're trying to require.
Drink this?
Speaking of the wine. It's rattling. Why? Oh, I thought you were going to turn the button off. I'm like, dude, I'm not starting
I'm cutting you off.
This is why the bottle was rattling. It's like, hello, drinking.
Yes, right.
Don't forget about me.
Is this wine chats or is this just chats?
Oh, the Hennessy. We're so sorry about you.
We
are featuring, the Hennessy today. They're fucking amazing. It's their Pinot Noir. For every bottle you buy, they remove 10 plastic bottles out of the ocean, which I call them wine warriors, which I'm sure everyone else does too, because they're just amazing.
Yes.
And you just put a post up. What was their tally at? Do you remember off the top of your head?
Way over 19 million plastic bottles that they've removed because of all of us, because we drink their wine. So you're a wine warrior too. Yeah. You're a wine warrior. You're a wine warrior. I'm a wine warrior. Woo!
Okay, well.
Let's drink.
So we love them. If you haven't checked them out, go check them out. We also have a code, 25% off Wine Chats. Go online, buy their wine. Go online, buy their wine. We are wasting so many people's time today. I'm so sorry.
And we have so much to get through as well.
I know. We're going to have to chug.
Now, I said that, told Lindsay that I had this wine with my brother-in-law the other day. Hi, Danny. You don't listen. But your wife does.
Maybe dead to us.
Yeah, you're dead to us. No, we had this wine the other night together. We shared one. And God, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful, dainty wine.
Oh,
before I even drink it, I can tell you it's beautiful and dainty.
Oh, are you talking about me again, Bill?
No.
No.
I'm talking about the wine.
Some weight? Wow. Rude.
It's the blue pants. I just can't get over it. I love your blue pants today.
Yeah, fuck you. I love my blue pants.
For those of you listening and not watching, she's wearing blue pants.
Like royal blue pants. You know what?
Cheers, Lenny.
Yeah. I was going to say something rude, but I won't. I'll just drink the wine.
Shh.
Oh, careful.
It's beautiful. Honestly, I'm getting like cherry and almond. I don't know where I get that from, but this like...
Do you know what? We've had this before, obviously, but I don't remember... I'm sorry, Hennessy. I don't remember it being this good.
I actually agree. It's funny because I just said I had it the other night, but for some reason today it's really hitting the spot.
It's so good.
It's like a really beautiful flavor and it's really dainty. Like look at the color. I don't know if you can see, but it's like quite like a
Pinot Noir. Like it's a nice light red.
Yes, it's not supposed to be like a heavy duty.
Do you know what? And this is, I don't know if this will make sense. It's sweet without being sweet.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. There's like a cherryness to it, but it's not. Yeah, it's not sweet.
I don't know.
Are there hints?
No, they don't say because it's more important about them saving the ocean. Rightfully so. Like that wasn't sarcasm. I don't know, but I would be interested to know because it's actually really quite delicious. Beautiful. Like I say that surprised, but I mean, I'm not because all their wines are delicious. I don't remember it being this delicious though.
Go buy their wine. It's delicious. Save the world. Or at least the oceans. Just do it.
Okay, Bill. When we first started talking about having this topic, I'm like, what the fuck is it an acronym? Is it abbreviation? No, it'd be, what is it? I get so confused.
Acronyms are things that make up a word once put together.
Okay, so the abbreviation? I don't know. The long, something. The alphabet. I call it the big long alphabet of sexuality.
Sexuality, yes. Okay, let's go with that.
Which is the LGBTQIA plus.
Okay, so most of us know some of them, right?
Yes, because back in the day, like they've added the QIA plus on. So it used to just be LGBT.
It actually used to be GBT first, and then they added the L because I did my research.
Right.
Isn't that interesting?
Okay, interesting.
So lesbian?
Yeah, no. Dude,
oh, wait. No, I was going to say.
Fucking show. This isn't your pop quiz yet.
I was going to guess.
No.
Oh, you have a pop quiz.
I have I told you I have a pop quiz. Listen. No. Lesbian, yes, of course. That's the easy one, right? Mm-hmm. G, gay. Yes. B, bisexual. Right? T, transgender. Yeah. Okay, so Q, do you know what?
Queer.
Queer, but there's an add-on to it. Questioning or queer.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. This is the pop quiz. It's intersex. Do you know what intersex means?
No.
I didn't either. I had to look it up. And I'm going to look it up again because I don't remember.
Wow.
My little, on Apple when you just click on the word and it goes look up.
Yes.
You don't know.
Yes,
really.
it's
You
a web search. Yes, I have that too. No, you highlight the word in your web search and then it gives you a thing.
Intersex. Relating to or denoting a person or animal that has both male and female organs.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't it like androgynous or something when you have both bits?
I don't know.
Okay. That's fine. Well, this is not going to be educated, you guys. Okay. We're just reading and
we're just going off of what Google says. And then asexual. For the I. Do you know what that is?
Is when you can be like romantically involved with someone, but you don't feel sexual tendencies towards anyone.
Yes, to anyone. Yeah. So experiencing no sexual feelings or desires.
So think of someone like Michael Jackson who had babies, but like that kind of like they thought he was asexual because he like was still having romantic relationships, as in like he had partners, but I don't think he was into either or.
Just kids. Okay, and
Jesus.
I actually really like
Michael
Jackson.
Firing.
I know, sorry. The plus. Do you know what the plus means?
Yeah, plus all the other bazillion labels we now put on people. Yes.
Refers to members of other LGBTQIA plus communities and allies.
Yes.
It's exhausting.
It's
a lot. And I feel like it's just going to obviously like keep being added to, right? Like as new sexualities get discovered or created, they're just going to add more letters.
I mean, I don't have a beef per se because I think everybody, like my thing is why are we teaching our future societies to just be kind towards all? Like why do we continue to have to add labels to stuff? I don't understand.
Well, I think it's, I mean, I don't think it's a negative label. I think it's to let society know like, well, I'm gay, I'm straight. Like, I don't think it's a negative label, is it? Like, I guess it depends on how you look at it. No, it's not a
negative label.
Yeah.
And that's cool. Should we go through some of them?
Yes.
Let's go through some of them and learn a little bit more about this topic.
You start, my precious feisty Billy.
Okay, Linda Lynn. Perhaps you are alloromantic. Alloromantic. A person who identifies as alloromantic experiences romantic attraction toward others. Is this a glossary or no? This is types of sexuality. Okay, so then we are alloromantics. No, towards others, like all others. I'm already confused. It's only the first one. Okay, go. So what's the next one?
So allosexual. What I found out with reading this article is that there's romantic and sexual. So when it's something romantic, it's like you have feelings towards that person, but they're not necessarily sexual feelings.
But then how is that different to asexual?
I don't know, Billy. I'm just reading the article.
I feel like we're just adding like labels onto every single little possible detail we can to separate it from or group. I don't understand.
Yeah, but maybe the people that are in these certain labels and categories want to be recognized as that. They want to be.
It's just so very specific. Okay. Anyway, go on. Tell me more.
Okay. So allosexual.
Not to be confused with alloromantic.
No, totally different. So this is an umbrella term, okay? So the person who identifies, yes, we get it, typically feels sexual attraction towards other people. They may also want to have sex with a partner versus an animal. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, so okay.
Androsexual.
See, here we go. Yep.
People who let's start that again. Mm-hmm. People who consider, they feel attraction towards men. Androsexuals are people who feel attraction towards men, males, or perceived masculinity, irrespective of whether or not they were assigned male at birth. See, so like if I fell in love with someone who was a transsexual male.
I get confused with this one.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like born a woman, transitioned into a man, and I, as a woman, feel... Keep going. What's next?
But what's the difference between that and gay?
This is what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't, like, to me, like, it's such a specific way of looking at it.
Yes.
That it's almost like I don't know if there is a benefit to it for the people who are labeling themselves, aside from adding more,
confusion for people like us, 2 straighty 180s.
Yes.
I think that's the only problem. It's just, a romantic, like one word, not a romantic.
And not alloromantic.
No. A person who identifies as a romantic may not feel any romantic attraction towards anyone. Oh.
Okay. So like asexual, you don't feel sexual attraction. Aromantic is like not feeling romantic feelings towards someone. But are they sexual? Tell us more.
If you shut the fuck up, I will.
Just trying to clarify for the people.
They may not want a relationship beyond friendship. Okay. Yeah. Okay, fine. Those who identify, this orientation may also identify. Yeah, fine. We get it. Okay, let's just put this out here. Yeah. Any person that identifies with any of these types, labels, groups, orientations, whatever, may feel like they belong to another orientation as well. Okay, they might cross the board. Yeah, fine. So they can differ from their sexual attraction. Oh, for example, we love examples. Good. A person may not feel romantic attraction towards people, but may still be sexually attracted to some individuals. Okay, I thought that was going to explain it, but that is so confusing.
And honestly, this isn't like an episode where we're going to laugh about all these different labels that people put on themselves, because obviously labels are important to some people. Mm-hmm. It helps them feel part of a group and find their people that they belong with. I think that's more power to them. Like, I think that's a beautiful thing to want to belong to a community. I just think excuse me, it's when people start getting aggressive about not being recognized as part of that community that I think the problem ensues. But anyway.
I think a lot of the problem in this case, because we're laughing as well, is because we cannot wrap our head around it. It's a world that we're not used to it.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? When we are not in this all makes no sense to us. But those living it.
Yes, exactly. It's a real thing for them. Yes.
100%. So we're not trying to be disrespectful. We're actually laughing at ourselves for not understanding.
Well, I'm also laughing at maybe some of these explanations.
Okay.
I don't know.
Asexual, Bill. Go.
Okay.
This one is
a gazillion different ones. Yeah. So sex averse. Mm-hmm. So this is when a person is averse to or entirely disinterested in sex and sexual behavior. Mm-hmm. Most of us like 2 weeks out of a month. Sex favorable. This is when a person has positive feelings towards sex in some situations. Sex indifferent. Feel neutral about sex and sexual behavior. I mean, these are all just self-explanatory and like stuff that we would feel within a month, literally.
It's basically, to sum it up, someone that doesn't feel sexual towards anybody. They're asexual.
Yep.
They're not even interested in sex, basically, right? Yep. Is that not?
Let's excuse them from this. Yeah. Let's just move on because they're not about it. Okay. You keep going. What's your next one?
Sorry, I totally cut you off, but it was just.
Well, yeah,
you know what I mean? Because there's so many.
Actually,
there's
there
so
was
many
one
under that umbrella.
Gray sexual. Those who are gray sexual experience sexual attraction either infrequently or not very intensely.
But why?
And gray romantic, same thing, but with romance.
And not sex.
No, yeah.
And this is where I actually agree with you. Like, why does it have to be so many labels within the umbrella? You know what I mean? Like that is where it gets so confusing. Like, does it have to be so...
I don't know, and it almost
intense
seems to me that there's a disagreement within the community about what some of the stuff are and like where they land in the scale. I don't know. Tell us. I don't know if you're in the community. Like, is there?
I think it's people out of the community that has.
I don't know, man. There's
issues.
A lot of labels here. I don't know if anybody really fully comprehends what's really going on here. But go on.
Autoromantic. So those who are autoromantic experience romantic attraction toward themselves.
Ooh.
Okay.
Loving myself.
Yeah. This does not mean that they do not experience romantic attraction toward others as well. So they're in love with themselves?
Isn't that like narcissism but sexual?
I was going to say.
Yeah.
So do they just like jerk off and masturbate and like
To
think
themselves?
I'm great, I'm so fucking good? Like, is that what they're doing?
Isn't that what pretty much every man does? I don't understand. Isn't that like what? Are you just describing my husband? I don't know.
Henry?
Okay, autosexual.
Huh?
Oh, nope, that was you. Bi-curious.
Yeah, see, so this is like these ones I like.
Yeah.
These ones make sense.
People who identify as bi-curious are interested in having sexual romantic experiences with someone of the same gender. Sure.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Yeah, great. Do it.
Biromantic. So
same with romance? Not sexual.
Yeah, not necessarily sexual attraction towards, and attraction toward more than one gender. Yes, of course. Okay.
Okay, go.
More than one gender. Like,
sure.
Why can't it just be? Anyways.
Bisexual person, they can be with anyone of any gender. Okay. No, they're not picky, they're not choosy. Bisexuality means that a person feels attraction towards their own gender and other genders. Blah, blah, blah.
Do you know what I was just mumbling about? That I find it interesting, funny, weird, whatever, that we say genders now. Like there's not just like boys and girls, males and females.
Yeah.
Like there's so many more genders added onto that.
Oh, we will have to have
that's another topic. That's probably for another day. Yeah.
Let's do the next. Yeah, because that's.
But isn't that like? I'm like, oh my god. Okay.
But it's good. I mean, it's good. Look, society is growing. Society is changing as it should.
I'm not being judgmental to it. I just find it funny that it's like it's now.
That's
to
right.
that
Now
point.
it's a thing. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Okay. Demi-romantic.
Yeah.
Okay. They do not feel romantic attraction toward people with whom they do not have a strong emotional bond with. Okay. Sure.
Demisexual, same thing, but with sex. So they typically only feel sexual attraction towards a person with whom they have already established
that they want to have sex with.
So I'm a demisexual.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like I could apply so many of these labels to anyone.
Yeah, I know. How do you pick? Gay. Well, we know gay. We're not even going to waste our time. Yeah. Ooh, what is this?
Gynosexual or gynosexual. People who identify as gynosexual feel sexual attraction toward women, females, and perceived femininity, irrespective of whether they were assigned. So this is the same as the other one. I've already forgotten what the other one was.
With the male.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what it was called either. But as soon as you said gyno, I'm like, oh, female something, because gynecologist.
Right. Yeah. You are so clever.
Oh my God, I know. Okay, heteroromantic. Okay, same thing. We know. Okay. Romantic feelings, but they may not want to have sexual. Yeah.
Heterosexuality.
Same thing.
We get it.
But they want to boink.
Yes.
See, this one is I didn't understand this one. So this is homoromantic.
Okay.
So they're attracted to those of a similar so it's the same thing. So similar gender, but they just don't want to have sex with them.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Homosexuality,
so
right. Same gender, interested in them sexually.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Interesting. Lesbian, we know that. But I read a quick little thing. Let me see if I can find it. No, I thought I read that it used to be. I know. I thought I read that lesbian was actually used as something else beforehand, but I could be totally wrong. Keep going, Billy.
Okay. Monosexual. Monosexual umbrella term encompassing all sexual orientations that feel a romantic or sexual attraction toward only one gender. So I'm also a monosexual.
See, and
I've just collected like 4 labels to myself.
I know, and this is like they're the same with one little different word.
Yeah.
Weird.
And that's why it's confusing. It's actually not so like it's not a dig at anyone or anything. It's more like what's with the labels?
See, and this is so multisexual. So multisexual is the same thing as bi, but just because like what's it is bi just 2 different genders and multi is like multiple genders?
Right.
I guess so, right? Because bi is like 2.
Well, bisexual, I mean, shouldn't be bisexual as it is. Like bisexual to me, really at the core of the word sounds like something that should like a person who has both genitals. Like bisexual, right? Like they have both sexes.
Yeah, going back to that, a person who identifies as bisexual can be of any gender. Bisexuality means that a person feels attraction towards their own gender and other genders or toward anyone regardless of their gender. Okay. So again, what's the difference between multisexual which are attracted to more than one gender? It's the same thing then.
Okay, pansexual. This is a really interesting one too because I don't know what this is.
No, me neither.
And there's lots of people who are identifying as pansexual. Right before we go on a break, let's find out. Orientation refer to people who feel attraction toward people of all genders and sexes. A typical identifier for people with this orientation is that gender is not a factor in sexual or romantic attraction. While there is an overlap between these two terms and bisexuality and polysexuality, some people may prefer to use one term over another. So what that's saying to me is that it's all same, but people just prefer a different word. Okay.
Bill, we have wealth and knowledge still to share with
Yahoy.
Yahoy. Oh, God.
With the people.
Okay.
All right. What you got?
We only have 4 left on the list, so bear with us. That's a lot. I should have tallied them all up.
That's okay.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Go on.
Queer. Okay, so many people use the word queer as a slur. Okay.
Oh.
People belonging...
That ain't right.
What's that?
That ain't right. Don't use...
No.
Yeah, okay.
But I guess you do, right?
Yeah, you do. That's true. Yeah, well, like gay
queer,
used to be as well. Gay used to be a slur.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people belonging to the LGBTQIA+. Do people actually say the plus? I don't know.
I would think so.
Yeah, I would think so too, but I don't know. Communities may now choose to use this term to reclaim it. Well, good. Yeah, I think it should, because I don't think it should be a naughty word.
No.
It's just people of all sexualities.
Right. I didn't know what queer meant.
Yeah.
I just, for some reason, like as like an outside observer, queer to me, it did seem like someone who just floats both ways. Like,
yeah,
so,
I just thought yeah.
But I didn't realize that was kind of like the umbrella term for people who float both ways.
Yeah. Cool. Always, not both. All.
Oh, always. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Do you not realize?
It's not, yes.
Have you not been listening, Billy? There's more than just 2.
Yes, I get it. Okay. Sexual fluidity. So people's sexuality can be fluid. This means that their sexual orientation is not fixed.
Yeah.
And they may not define themselves by any particular sexuality. Yeah, duh. People grow.
Well, yeah, but like, it's, I mean, I don't think my sexuality is ever going to change. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's interesting. And I wonder, this may be very rude to say. I don't know. And
Go on. You're the offensive one.
I wonder if, don't you dare. I just cleaned my couch, you motherfucker. She just spilled her red wine on my couch. I wonder if it's typically the people that are under one of these umbrellas, a sexuality umbrella, that aren't straight, that are more fluid than those that are straight. You know what I mean?
Again? What? No.
So like, I wonder if, like on Schitt's Creek,
right?
You know how you can, like the...
Wow. Speak freely, Lenny.
The chick in the motel. And this is a really bad example. She was bisexual, but no, never mind. It's a bad analogy. I can't get to it. I just wonder if the gays,
sure,
right, are more fluid than the straights.
Right.
Get it?
I don't think so. I think there would be gay people like there are straight people like you who are very much in a particular lane.
But I think within the gay community, there's so many different other lanes that they could easily go into.
Look, I do think that. I do agree with that, only because I think that, how do I say this without... We're trying not to be offensive, but I think I should just speak freely because I'm not trying to be offensive.
Oh, I just literally couldn't get my words out.
I know, I just can't get my words out. So it's like, because I think they're more like open to... I think they're more open to their sexuality and it being fluid. Like, I'm heterosexual. Mm-hmm. But I love how women look. Mm-hmm. I think if I was drunk and in the right situation, I could see myself touching up someone. But I don't know if I would go out of my way and be with another woman, if you know what I mean. So
be very careful around you. Uh-huh.
Yeah, be very careful around me. I've been trying for years. It's not happening. No, but you know what I mean? I think that people who are already in fluid communities, I think there's a big movement right now with sexuality becoming very fluid. So yeah, you're right. I think people who are within the sort of LGBTQIA plus community would probably be a little bit more just accepting of who they are and how they want to roll and how they want to flow. Mm-hmm. Whereas people I think who have grown up as heterosexual, especially within maybe the more stricter families or families who weren't open to that kind of thing, would be scared of being fluid. Because for some generations, I'm not going to point out at Lindsay, who's a little bit older than I am, just weren't cool with that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think now that it's becoming we're more open to it, I think people probably, are a little bit more open to all things in that community. So yes, I agree with about 5 minutes later.
Very long answer.
About 5 minutes later, I do agree with the point that you make.
So I'm right. Okay.
You're right. Go on.
Scoliosexual. Did I say that right? Scoliosexual.
Tell us.
Okay. Only feel attraction towards people who are non-binary. Oh, see, now this is a new interesting
Okay, this
one.
is an interesting one. I like this. Okay.
Same. Interesting.
So run that by me again. What?
So they only feel attraction towards people who are non-binary.
Isn't that interesting? Okay. So that's, again, like, which is kind of like a new gender for us in a sense.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Now I wonder who makes that up. Like that.
What do you mean?
That name. Scolio. Like what does
that's a really good
scolio
question. I don't know.
means?
That's a really
Okay,
scolio
last
sounds
one,
like
Bill.
spines to me.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
Spectrosexual. I'm just gonna take a stab and say that this one's like also one of those, like, you can be on whatever spectrum you want.
Okay, go.
Right?
I haven't read it, so I don't even know.
Term that describes those who are romantically and sexually attracted to multiple sexes, genders, and gender identities, but not all of them.
Is that the end?
What?
Is that the whole description?
Yes, spectrosexual is a term that describes those who are romantically and sexually attracted to multiple sexes, gender, and gender identities, but not all of them.
Well, not all. So just some, not all.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, I could be attracted to, like, heterosexuals, bisexuals, but not, like,
All of them.
all of them.
So some, not all.
Okay.
Do you got it? Some, but not all.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
That was exhausting.
That was a little bit exhausting, but I'm glad we got to the end of it because it does. It opens your eyes a little bit to, like, stuff, right? To people and what they're experiencing. Now, I did a little bit of research about just like why the labels and when did this all start? Like how, just to look a little bit of the history even. I came across something called the Kinsey scale of sexual behavior. So like back in the 1940s, some dude, Alfred Kinsey, probably a scientist, let's go with that. He came up with a scale. So the scale was like 0 to 6.
Oh.
And then there was like an X at the end.
Okay.
So 0 being like you're totally heterosexual, only interested in like your own sex and sexuality or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The 6 being you are homosexual, strictly.
So wait, which year is this?
1940, like in the 1940s.
So he created this scale back in 1940 to measure how gay you were or whatever.
Yes, and this was groundbreaking at that time. As you can imagine.
That would have been huge.
Huge back then. So because of the reports that he released, he did like, I think, Sexuality in Men in like the 1940s and then Sexuality in Women in the 1950s. He released these reports.
Was he gay? Like what was his
come across
sexuality?
that. I didn't come across that.
Okay.
But essentially like that's kind of where it started, and obviously now there's so many gray areas in between. But that was kind of like really when it started picking up a little, right?
Yeah.
Now, surveys on sexual orientation as recent as 5 years ago included options like gay, lesbian, bisexual, and straight. So the acronym LGBTQ, which itself grew from an umbrella term gay, which became GLB, which then became LGBT, only covers about 1/3 of the labels that self-described members of the LGBTQ community use to define their sexual orientation.
Right, as we just found out,
we just
because
discovered.
that list is ridiculous.
Yeah, sexual orientation and gender identity.
Yeah.
The most comprehensive acronym looks something like this.
God.
LGBTQIAQQAAPP.
PP.
I remember that bit. LGBTPP.
Simple.
Like it just loses meaning, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like it,
Yeah, it
and
does.
this is
Yes.
why it had to be like
Yeah.
even LGBT grew to LGBTQ to LGBTQIA to LGBTQIA plus. Like it just it actually eventually starts to lose
It's and I think it's
oomph.
I think right now it's at the cusp. Like I think if you were to add anything more, it's like, oh God, really? Like, is it necessary?
Yes.
Like everybody's still under that umbrella and everybody's still whatever. But like, do we really need to make it?
Continue
So
to give the acronyms. Exactly. Can't we? I mean, I don't know. Like, can we all get together and come up with one term for it? And it just be like sexual fluidity. Like, it doesn't have to be. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't feel like we need exact specific labels that nobody really understands.
No, but I think people within those labels do. This is what I was trying to say at the beginning. Like, I think
it's important to them.
100%. And I can see why it would be, and it should be.
Yeah.
I mean, we're straight. We've got a label. Like if we get one, why shouldn't everyone get one? You know what I mean? Like I don't think that the label shouldn't be there. I just think like on the news or when you're reading about it or writing about it or whatever, wherever it's out there, do we really need to be making it into something so long where it loses, I think, like the sensitivity and the importance of having that
label to begin with. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, that's interesting. That's a really long one.
Yeah.
What else do you have? Is that
the
all your
people
research?
who to listen to about
more.
using LGBTQ labels are the LGBTQ people themselves.
What? Say the first part.
The people to listen to about using these labels are the people who are in the community, right?
Of course.
But within the community, I got this from an article, you guys. Clearly, I didn't write this myself.
We always get our facts from articles.
If you want to ask me where it's from, email us, okay?
Yeah. Subscribe first.
Subscribe and then email us, onechatspodcast@gmail.com. Because I know nobody's going to be emailing me asking for these references. Anyway, but the community... Well, see, this is where I got that from. But within the community, people disagree about how important the different labels are and whether anyone wants to use some of them at all. While you can never go wrong by using the words someone has asked you to use for them, it can be helpful to understand why some people like having lots of labels to choose from and why some people resist using labels altogether. The truth is, the labels can be both helpful and hurtful, so we need to use them carefully. Fair enough. Thanks, article. Simply put, labels help us to find the people we want to connect with, which is nice. So for some LGBTQ teens, especially young people, finding people as much like them as possible is an important part of understanding their own sexuality or gender. And that's why having some LGBTQ people favor having as many labels as necessary to describe different groupings of traits and experiences. Did we get all that?
I don't know.
Are we still here? Are people still listening? Sorry, I'm back.
I toned out.
She toned out. She toned her hair and she toned out.
I my hair?
Toned your hair.
Oh, no, this is bleach.
Shut up, okay? You're losing my joke.
Okay.
Anyway, essentially, I think it should be fair also to just be able to be free to say, okay, what would you prefer? If you don't know, if you're not sure, ask the person you're talking to.
What are we asking?
What they prefer. About the labels. Are you with me? Come back to me.
But do we need to say, what's your label?
No, we don't need to say what's your label, but I also think it's so easy to get it wrong these days. You know, it's one of those don't assume anyone's gender, don't assume anyone's sexuality.
Well, you shouldn't anyways.
You know what I mean? If you're finding yourself curious, I think it's fair to ask. I don't think we should be so scared to speak to each other about it. There's such a, am I the only one who kind of tiptoes around
I think so.
Yeah, this topic. And because it's kind of a scary thing. You don't want to insult anyone. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? And it does kind of seem I'm not going to lie, it does seem like maybe it's just me and whatever comes up on my TikTok, but there seems to be so much aggression about it, about maybe people misusing labels or not calling people by the right, pronouns is a different thing, but just mislabeling in general.
Yes. Just when we're talking about basic, types of sexualities, it's a safe space. And I don't think people really have issues around that. But what we're going to talk about next week,
true.
I think that is when you do 100% tiptoe around, and there's so much fucking shit about that. So next week, listen, because we're going to be talking about, all the bullshit about the trans and look.
We'll get there.
A lot of stuff. Wow, did I sell it?
It is. It's scary to talk about. It's kind of a weird place in society. And I think that's it. Just we should just be kind to one another.
Ew, we are not ending on that note. I don't know. What can we say?
Come on, Lenny, go on. What do you want to say?
That my leg's falling asleep, so we really do need to end it.
Yeah, we are the two. I mean, I'm not you're probably more straighty 180 than I am, and I'm super straighty 180, so I'm not it's...
I was going to say, you want me to end it on I don't care how drunk I am or how hot you look that day. There's no way I'm
You've never kissed a girlfriend. Nope. You've never entered any of these spaces.
Nope.
Aren't you curious?
Nope.
Aren't you a little curious?
I can swear, hand on heart, swear on both my grandmother's graves. Absolutely not. Not saying that there's anything wrong with it.
What a boring life.
Oops, cheers.
What a boring life.
But why is it boring?
I say that and I've never. Maybe when I was younger I think early 20s, I'm sure, I was pretty drunk at the time, but I'm sure I passed one of my girlfriends. It felt really weird. It was and this is again probably what it's like to be straight or what it's like to be gay and then try and be with someone who's the opposite sex. You know what I mean? It must be the same. I felt like I was kissed, when the tongue temperature isn't right? It just felt wrong. So that's it. And when I think about...
Wait, pause. To answer your question, no, I don't know about when the tongue temperature isn't right.
It just didn't feel right. It just it felt... God. It was probably a bit of fun, but it wasn't something I enjoyed and wanted to go back to. It's not an experience I look back on and go, God, I can't wait to pass another girl.
Because you're not gay.
Because I'm not gay.
Exactly, yeah.
And I find women beautiful. I'm sure, again, totally. I can categorize myself in one of these where I can find women attractive and I have a type.
I check out girls.
But I couldn't touch her and I certainly don't think I could eat oysters.
Ew. Barf.
Smells like the sea, tastes like the sea,
Billy,
looks
gross.
Funny. So much meat in there.
Ugly. Ew.
Yeah, it's weird.
No, I check out girls way more than I check out guys.
100%.
100% way more. But I just know which lane I'm staying in and I'm happy with that.
Okay, Lenny has a lane. If you would like to talk to us about I don't know what I'm saying. Just end it with Elaine. Just end it.
Like you cut all this out and just cut it at
Good
Lenny
idea.
has Elaine.
Great. Thank you for joining us for this latest episode of Wine Chats podcast with Bildo and Lindelin. You can find us on our socials on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and you can listen to us on any favorite podcasting app or watch on YouTube.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, review, comment, send us some love. We absolutely love it.
Chat soon. Come on, Lenny. Chat soon.
Chat soon.
Chat soon.
We're not putting this in.
Come on.
Okay, we'll add in chat soon at the end.
Yeah.
Both of us?
Yeah, go
okay.
on.
Chat soon.